have a video showing how to import a new song. So in this case, we see This Is How I Fight My Battles is not currently in our song folder. So what we do is we're going to go to the search bar, and then under here, under song select, it says surrounded in parentheses Fight My Battles. Because the exact name is not This Is How I Fight My Battles, we're going to want to double check that it's not actually in our worship songs under surrounded. So go to library, click worship songs, and then you can search with the filter surrounded. Surrounded does not come up with anything, so it's actually a song that we do need to add in. So then go back to the magnifying glass in our search bar. Under here, click surrounded, Fight My Battles, import and link. So here, theme, we verify it's under Stillwater Services. Yes, streaming 2 lines center. We need that for the live stream. It can only be 2 lines. That is why that we have that theme set up. If for whatever reason we need black text instead of white text, that's what this one's for. Last theme is for scripture. So that's the theme that we want. We want it to save to library worship songs. And then so now we click edit. This basically allows us to quick edit it. And so what we're going to do is put our cursor at the very beginning of before the first letter of the very first slide. So insert 2 slide breaks there. So now we have 2 blank slides here. And then we're going to right click on slide 1, change the group to intro. We do notice that it changes all of the slides. That's okay. We're going to fix that in a minute. So first one's intro. Now right click on slide 2, group, pad start. Those will always be our first 2 slides. Now we go to slide 3. That is the first one with text. I'm going to right click on it, group, and change it back to whatever it originally was. In this case, it was verse 1. 95% of the time, it will be verse 1. Now here, pre-chorus, for whatever reason, it didn't group it correctly, so we're just going to change that group to pre-chorus, and that's fine. What we see here under chorus 1 is we see a lot of parentheses, and we don't like that. So we're going to definitely change This Is How, remove that, and change the 3 times. Now, because we can only do 2 lines, but we have that basically 3 times on 2 slides, what we can do is we can copy it and then add that again. And then on the next slide, remove that and do 2, and then insert a slide break and do 2 more. So now we have 3 slides for our chorus, and that correlates to This Is How I Fight My Battles 6 times. And that works out. Now we scroll through and we're checking, making sure that everything's only on 2 lines. Like what we can see right here at the beginning of verse 2, the second line barely fits. If that were the case and it overflowed and it didn't fit, then we would have to adjust. But luckily that slide works. So then we're checking them all. Then what we see at the end of the bridge, and this is 2 separate bridges. So what we're going to want to do is right click on slide 14 where bridge 2 starts. And we're going to change the group to bridge 2. And because we have 2 separate bridges, we're also going to click on slide 12. And rather than just being bridge, we're going to change that to bridge 1. Now we're going to remove the lines in parentheses. And now because that puts a single line on each of them, we're going to combine the 2 slides by putting the cursor at the beginning of the second one and backspace it until the 2 slides combine. Now, to end this, what we're going to do is insert a slide break and then click enter or return because we're on a Mac. And then do that 1 more time and then do 1 more, but that doesn't actually have to have the second line. So now what we're going to do is that first slide that we added, we're going to right click on it, group, change that to instrumental. Second one, group, change that to spontaneous. And then third one, group, change it to outro. Now we have our last 3 slides, which are always the same, instrumental, spontaneous, and outro. our first two, which are always intro and pad start. Then everything else we verified doesn't have any weird parentheses or cues on it, and everything is only 2 lines. Stuff can be 1 line, but it can't be more than 2. And so then we click import. So now this is our master arrangement. So what we're going to do here is click on arrangements. Then under master, click new arrangement. Then that's going to be titled FP Worship. So now what we can do is we go here, and you can probably find it under services. Sometimes it's under the notes. It depends kind of on how it was imported into Planning Center, but this is how we can change it up. So you delete the pad start. That's only there if Carrie is here, because she likes to have the pad start as a separate slide. Then normally for most of the songs, it's like verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus. Maybe there's an instrumental. So under the groups at the very top, you can drag an instrumental. Verse 2, normally pre-chorus, chorus, maybe another instrumental. Then the bridges, you can get rid of spontaneous. That's very rarely used. It's just there as an in case we go spontaneous and you need to do a quick edit. So actually, I'll show you what spontaneous is. Spontaneous, if it's there, what you do is you'll right click on it, quick edit, and then right here you can start typing. If it will let me. It won't let me. There we go. So you click on it and then type, make sure it's only 2 lines, whatever they're spontaneously singing. So that's a quick edit. To then you can click the X and it shows up, so you can put on the screen something that was unexpected. And then that is how you add a new song and use a spontaneous slide.